5 on your side at 10 starts now.
Inflation, layoffs, and a deadly tornado have drained a lifeline thousands depend on. For the first time ever, HeatUpSt.Louis.org says they need saving.
It is maddening, and we're concerned about it.
Thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Mark Maxwell. Kelly Jackson has the night off. Tonight, one of St. Louis's most trusted charities finds itself on the other side of the helpline. Robert Townsend sat down with the man who started it all, now hoping his city answers the call.
25 years ago, former broadcaster and publisher Gentry Trotter founded HeatUpStLouis.org, a nonprofit charity that focuses on helping elderly people, the physically challenged, and low-income families in 40 counties in Missouri and Illinois, including the city of St. Louis.
And I thought it was a need to be independent and to be able to help people.
Trotter and his team of 60 volunteers are on the front lines year-round. On hot summer days, they help those in need with their energy bills and pass out free air conditioners through Cool Down St. Louis. And during the winter months, they're known as Heat Up St. Louis, but their mission is still the same.
We depend on public dollars right about now.
Trotter says many of those dollars are drying up months after they assisted many people hit hard by the May 16th tornado.
The tornado really put a dent in our pocketbooks.
Others laid off from their jobs also turned to the nonprofit.
People think, oh, well, it's just for old people and urban people. It's for all types of walks of life. It's for people in St. Charles, South County. I'm getting all kind of applications in. Illinois.
And perhaps it's no surprise, but listen to this. Despite the financial hardship it's currently facing, HeatUpStLouis.org is still accepting these applications from people in need. This dedicated community servant hopes people around the community hears his desperate pleas and donate.
You don't have to worry about where your public donations are going because 100% goes to help people in need.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
There are several ways you can donate to that nonprofit. You can visit their website at HeatUpStLouis.org, or you can find that link by clicking on this story up on KSDK.com. Tonight, the owner of Bar PM is no longer facing criminal charges. Now, infamous video showed the jarring moments former St. Louis police officer Ramel Wallace crashed his police car into the bar's front door in December 2023. Chad Morris owns that bar and lives upstairs. Police arrested him at the time and charged him with assaulting an officer. But now, on Halloween night, our cameras caught up with him and his lawyer to hear their reaction to a judge dismissing the city's case against him, finding police didn't hand over discovery.
A huge relief that it is over. It's been a huge emotional drain on myself and my husband and on our business.
Not to make too much fun of this, but this is going to sting the police department. They shouldn't be allowed to do this.
Morris's attorney says he plans to sue the police. The police department declined to comment. We're learning more tonight about the background of Ismael Ayuso Sandoval. The 41-year-old owner of a popular Staunton restaurant was seized by federal agents just moments after dropping off his 2 young girls at elementary school earlier this week. Yesterday, in the earlier phases of our reporting out this story, we told you that our search of Macoupin County records showed no criminal history. Tonight, we've learned that Sandoval did plead guilty to a misdemeanor DUI 17 years ago in St. Clair County. Those court documents show he attended all required classes, paid his fine, and completed court supervision. His neighbors are still rallying behind him and plan to show their support at a big rally in Staunton Sunday.
Ismael went through the process. He went to the safety classes. He heard the testimonies of victims of DUI tragedies. He did all of it. He did what he was supposed to do. If being an undocumented immigrant is the issue, then let's fix the issue instead of going after the people. Why are we attacking these families, ripping them apart, pulling out pillars of the community, when what we should be doing is trying to reform the path to citizenship?
A spokesperson for U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE, calls Sandoval a, quote, convicted drunk driver and serial immigration offender. ICE claims federal records will show Sandoval attempted to enter the U.S. illegally 4 times between the years 2003 and 2005. They say he was quickly caught and returned to Mexico each time, but in the 2 decades since, that 2008 misdemeanor DUI is the only criminal case found in his record. His current immigration or residency status remains unclear. We're just hours away from day 32 of a federal government shutdown. As the impacts continue to swell, tonight new relief for millions of families depending on that federal food assistance. This afternoon, 2 federal judges ruled the Trump administration must continue to fund the SNAP program using emergency funds. The ruling comes just one day before those benefits were set to expire. It's now up to the White House to decide whether to partially or fully fund that program for the month of November. Tonight, President Trump says it would be his honor to provide the funding, but he says he needed legal guidance from the ruling on the courts. Both judges asked for updates on that progress by Monday. In St. Louis County alone, more than 47,000 families depend on SNAP benefits to put food on their tables, including those with intellectual or developmental disabilities. As 5 on Your Side's Holden Kerwicki explains, one South County provider is stepping up to offer a helping hand.
At Sunny Hill in Fenton,
we like to speak up for those that can't always speak up for themselves.
they work with more than 400 people in the greater St. Louis area with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
We feel it's our responsibility to ensure that they're taken care of.
That means providing assistance to clients like Jacob Lamping.
We'd always like going grocery shopping.
Though he works and lives on his own, Lamping depends on SNAP benefits, which face an uncertain future due to the ongoing government shutdown.
You got to go grocery shopping before the deadline starts.
However, CEO Amy Wheeler says for many clients with developmental disabilities, it's not that easy.
A lot of them don't understand, so our fear is some of them are still going to go to the grocery store and try to use that card to purchase groceries.
In an effort to assist clients like Jacob,
We didn't want to overburden the food pantries right now.
Sunny Hill is collecting donations and transforming into a food distribution site for the developmentally disabled.
This is just our way of bridging the gap to ensure that our folks do not go without food during these times.
We always good to help out. You always we always good to help other people out and help each other out.
So it's been tremendous to see the outpouring of support for our population because it's a challenging time, and we want to make sure that they have enough food to eat on top of all the other challenges in their life. This should not be one of them.
Sunny Hill will continue its donation drive throughout the government shutdown. Donations can be made either in person or online. For more information, just look for this story under the As Seen on TV tab of KSDK.com and the 5+ app. Reporting in Fenton, Missouri, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on Your Side.
Open enrollment begins tomorrow for the Affordable Care Act, commonly known as Obamacare. Experts predict premiums could rise around 26%. The hike stemmed from higher rates coming from insurance companies and because Congress allowed enhanced subsidies to expire. Those subsidies have helped millions of people pay less on their premiums, and that's the key issue at the core of the government shutdown. Democrats say they will not approve a funding bill unless those tax credits are extended. However, GOP leaders say they don't want to tie health care negotiations to a government funding bill. Open enrollment runs until January 15. Today, a federal judge says part of an executive order related to federal elections cannot be enforced. In January, President Donald Trump signed an executive order attempting to overhaul federal elections. Today, Judge Colleen Kollar-Kotelly ruled part of that order requiring proof of citizenship when registering for federal elections is unconstitutional. She wrote the request violates the separation of powers outlined in the Constitution because it says only states or Congress can write election law. Coming up, cleaner energy or higher costs? The new plan sparking debate over your power and your wallet, what it could mean for you.
And temperatures are current in the mid to upper 40s across the region. We're not going to warm up much from that mark tomorrow, but if warmer days are what you want, I got the forecast you want that's coming up here in less than 5 minutes.
A major energy shakeup in Illinois, new rules that could change how we power our homes and what we pay. With demand rising from data centers and coal plants retiring, this plan builds storage, brings back small-scale nuclear, and requires time-of-use pricing, so off-peak power costs less. The Illinois Commerce Commission can order more clean capacity if reliability starts to slip.
We want to act now to ensure that we have enough power to keep the lights on. And if we don't act, there'll come a point where, number one, it's already nearly unaffordable. It's either going to be way, way too expensive, or we're going to run out of capacity and we're going to face blackouts and brownouts.
Supporters say it's a blueprint for a cleaner, steadier grid. Critics fear higher rates. We'll be tracking how quickly these changes might reach your meter. As we inch closer to winter, some of our neighbors could use your help. Right now, the annual Warner's Warm-Up Coat Drive is going on through this Sunday, November 2nd. You can donate new or gently used coats. There are more than 100 locations accepting donations across the St. Louis region. Just click on this story under the As Seen on TV tab on KSDK.com. Tonight, people across our area are continuing to celebrate Halloween. The kids and adults got all dressed up to go trick-or-treating in honor of the spooky season. It was also a busy night for families who attended this year's Trunk or Treat celebration at the Annie Malone Children and Family Service Center. The free event happened earlier this afternoon, and organizers say it was a safe and fun way for the community to enjoy Halloween together. There was also a lot of Halloween-themed activities happening today, like this pumpkin carving contest at St. Louis University. Several teams decorated the pumpkin to depict their major. The SLU community voted for their favorites. The first place winners took home a $1,000 grand prize. Quite a great night to go trick-or-treating out there. $1,000. Yeah,
That's impressive.
I mean, if $1,000 is on the line, you really got to bring your A game.
I would have brought about 5 pumpkins.
All right. Well, there's Lance Blocker. We're tracking some different frost advisories. Is that right?
That's right. We got a freeze watch overnight Saturday into Sunday. So we'll take a look at that here in just a moment. But conditions are quiet right now. It's been a great night of trick-or-treating across the area. Tomorrow, though, less than great. We've got overcast skies, a few showers. About a 30% chance of rain for any one given location. And look at those temperatures. They don't warm up. Today we're in the mid-60s. Tomorrow closer to 50 degrees for our daytime high. In fact, the cooler conditions will remain in place for us here on Sunday as well. A cold start to the day. And that is why the National Weather Service has issued a freeze watch across the region. Temperatures could plummet down to the low 30s at times, light winds. Also advise folks to, of course, protect any type of sensitive vegetation, any potted plants you might want to bring inside. May want to do that. Again, that's for tomorrow night. In the meantime, tonight, overnight, we'll stay mostly dry and then perhaps a few isolated showers. I do think this model is overdoing that rain, but the rain chances move in overnight tonight, and then they'll stick around for us throughout the day tomorrow, just isolated. 30% likely means 70% chance you don't get any rain, and any rain that does fall is going to be very light. Could be breezy at times as well. Wind gusts upwards of about 15 to 20 miles per hour tomorrow, again ushering in some of that cooler weather. But again, we're going to get high pressure back into the region. That's going to make the temperatures go up as we move into next week. It's also going to keep us dry, unfortunately. We'll see highs into the upper 60s to lower 70s as we work to the middle part of next week. So Tuesday's high 68 degrees, Wednesday 71, mostly sunny there. So a nice week ahead for us. Our next chance of rain will be next Friday. But if you look closely there, spinning, that's your clock right there from Saturday into Sunday. So Mark, sunset tonight was 6 o'clock. Tomorrow night, well, Sunday night will be 5 o'clock. Man. Big changes there.
Darker and darker, but I like that we still have that glimpse of 70s on the horizon.
Yeah, we're looking forward to that.
Thanks, Lance. And thank you for joining us. Now let's check in with Corey Miller with 5 on your sideline.